People are actually upset because Mason Rudolph hasn't congratulated Ben on a great career. Why would he? Come Clean is brought to you by GetGo. Ben was a total douchebag to Mason Rudolph his entire career. Wouldn't even call him right before the Lions game. Remember that? Hey, have you heard from Ben? Nope. He hasn't talked to me. Ben was petty and insecure and a clown towards Mason Rudolph his whole entire career. Like I just tweeted. It was me. If I was Mason Rudolph, you know what my message to Ben would be? Don't let the door hit you on the way. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Why should Mason Rudolph? I guess he should be the bigger man. No. In fact, the way that he treated Mason Rudolph tells you a whole lot about Ben. It really does. I know we're supposed to celebrate the new, God-fearing Christian guy who's going to spread God's kingdom. But you know what? There's a lot of things that Ben did in the way he acted, even after he found God, that would suggest that maybe he still has work to do. And one of them is how he treated Mason Rudolph. So to me, Pony's out. Oh, I think it's everybody else congratulated Ben. Why should he? Why should he? The hell with that. I get it. I just don't. I don't get it at all. I really don't. It just is so stupid. And that's the way that, that's the way I have it, that's the way that we have it. You know what I mean? And I got this other idiot now on I'm not in a mood today. I'm really in a bad mood. Bill, I have no time for this. Now I have some idiot that wants to argue. That's the other thing. Art Rooney says, I'm never going to be upset or unhappy with a season that ends in the playoffs, right? So and Pony was like, is this the new standard? We're supposed to be happy? Because now I got some idiot that wants to argue with me that Art Rooney's right. Am I going crazy, Bill?
I don't think so.
I'm sorry. I'm tired of these idiots on Twitter. Listen, here's what I'm going to tell you. All you people out there, okay, if you're lonely, okay, and you're sitting in your basement, and you spend your days scouring social media to find someone to argue with. Find something to argue with somebody about because you're lonely and you just need attention. Please, find somebody else. I'm serious. I try and be good, Bill. I more so than all the other guys. I try and interact with people on Twitter. There's no question about it. Most of these other guys, they have their mentions off, or they don't even look at their mentions, or they just throw, you know what I mean? I actually try and engage in back and forth with some of these people, but some of them just really just kind of get to a point where they just burn my ass. It's like, dude, get a life. Seriously, it's Friday at 7 o'clock. Do you got a date or something? Oh, no, you don't. That's right. That's why you're here on Twitter arguing with me. Seriously, some of these people get on my nerves. I ain't got time for this nonsense. Well, he's like, both of the number one seeds, they lost too. Okay, so we're really going to compare teams that won 12 and 13 games and lost by, last-second field goals. We're gonna compare that to a team that slopped its way into the playoffs for the 7th seed and then got hammered when they got there. If you're that stupid, I can't argue with you. I think that's what I need to do, Bill. That needs to be the new standard for me. Who I interact with on Twitter and social media. If you're too stupid to make a coherent point or too stupid to understand a coherent point, I should just ignore you. You think that's the way I should go? I mean, one of the things that I've prided myself on is trying to be a guy who interacts with people, right? I just don't get it, man. Seriously, one of the things about the pandemic is we found out there's a whole lot of lonely people out there, right? Yeah. And now they're even more isolated, Bill. Now they're even more isolated in their house. Seriously, some of these people, they're on social media. They should basically just, every post should be, pay attention to me, please. Pay attention to me. I'm a loser. I have no friends. I'm in my mom's basement screaming, Mom, meatloaf. I mean, what are we doing here? Again, I try and be really good to people. I do. I try really hard to interact with people. I give it back and forth. Even people that disagree with me, I don't mind it if, as long as it's respectful. If you criticize me, as long as it's about, something I've said or my work, I'm okay with it. But man, there's days I just don't have time for it. I just don't. I mean, and the thing about it is, people should look up things like false equivalency and what that means. Right? People should look those things up. And, it kind of, gets to a point where these people that want to argue about everything, how about take 2 seconds and figure out what the hell has actually been said, and you'll save yourself some embarrassment. People that want to respond to what they think is being said as opposed to what is actually being said. But good Lord, these people are so absolutely absurd. Again, what I found in this pandemic thing, whatever the hell we're calling it, in these last 2 years, 2.5 years, we've got a lot of people who just are lonely and miserable and want everybody else to be lonely and miserable. Seriously. It's like, listen, you got one shot at this planet, man. One shot. Live your life. Have a good time. But, my God, if you need attention that bad that you're just going to scour, social media to find people to argue with, I can't help you. I really can't. It's just so stupid. I don't even know where this thing whole started. I think I started off talking about what was my original point?
That Mason Rudolph should thank Ben.
Yes, Mason Rudolph. Why should he thank Ben? What exactly are we talking about? Seriously. I mean, get a life with this mess. And my thing about Mason Rudolph is I don't know if the guy's any good or not, but, to hear people talk now, it's, he's the worst human being and the worst quarterback on the planet. How about we just let it all play out? See who they bring in, see who they bring in, right? And see what happens. That's the big thing. Maybe they bring in Mitch Trubisky and Mason Rudolph still beats them out. How about that? There's a lot of different people. There's a lot of different people. And I feel like you got to remember that. That's where it goes.